Welcome back everyone, or if you're new to the channel, thanks so much for watching this. If you like what you see, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It really lets me know you enjoy this content, and keep making some more. So this is going to be the electronics episode of my PCT sort of getting ready to go out series. And I didn't really have an opportunity, or I didn't really think to say it in my announcement video, but my start date is going to be in May. It's at the back of the pack. It's really about the last acceptable day or so that you want to really get out on trail. So I'm gonna have to be out there cranking up the miles pretty fast. It's not a great day, but it's all I could get, and I'm happy for it. I'm very grateful for it. So with this being the electronics episode, we'll go ahead and just sort of dive right in. So starting off, what I'm shooting with, and you're seeing that here. I'm going to use my cell phone, not a DSLR. I don't have a mirrorless camera, and I didn't want to buy another camera just for this. And I wanted to save as much weight off the base and shave that weight really off the base as much as I could. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my phone for maps with far out. I'm going to use it to contact my wife and anybody else that is out on trail with me that might need to know. I'm going to also use my phone to shoot video and take pictures, and that is going to be my primary system and really my only system. My phone is an iPhone 11 Pro Max. I believe it is the 256 or 265 gigabyte model. It's great. It has a nice big battery and it lasts quite a while, so that's my strategy, is to have a really big beefy battery, which is what the iPhone 11 Pro Max has, and then recharge in towns, but have enough juice to get me through the Sierras, because I'm going to have about a 12-day stretch, and I need to have enough juice in my phone so I can go ahead and navigate. So the phone is the first part of that, and then we'll just go ahead and kind of run through some of the rest here, or all of it. So with all of this kind of stuff here, this is what I've got. So I'll start with my battery bank. So my battery bank is the Anker PowerCore 13,000 milliamp hour battery, and it's really pretty nice and pretty beefy. It is a little heavier, and it's not the most popular one that's going to be out there on trail. I know people are going with Nitecore. One of the things you need to know though, when you have batteries like this, is that they'll sell it, or they'll advertise it with its nominal rating. So this is 13,000 milliamp hours. It'll hold that, but that's not the amount of juice you're going to get out of it. You're actually going to lose a decent amount. So you have things like your cell phones and such that typically are operating at 5 volts. This usually discharges at 3, so you lose some of the energy due to heat and the transfer from jumping up from 3 to 5 volts, as an example. So there's lots of equations out there. You can go out on, just Google it, and you can find a bunch of websites that will show you and really just describe what kind of rated capacity, and that's what you want to make sure you get, is rated capacity, and you think about that. So with this, it's about 10,500 milliamp hours is what I can get. So that's about 2 iPhone 11 Pro Max charges. My iPhone has 94% battery health, so it's very good. Not 100, and it's been a couple of years, so that's to be expected. But this is going to get me through the Sierras for sure. Now it does have 2 USB ports that you will charge from. It doesn't have USB-Cs, these are just A's. The inputs of micro, so it takes about 6 to, I don't know, maybe 7 hours-ish to really get a full, from dead recharge of this. And the only downside to me, really, is that this is only rated for 3 amps output. So I cannot exceed that. And if you plug in 2 USB-A's, you're going to split the amperage. So that's, the downside to this, and also the weight. It is pretty heavy in terms of carrying this for 2,000 plus miles. So, but I wanted enough battery to last, and I didn't want to worry about it. So that's what I'm going to bring out on trail for my battery bank. And then to charge my electronics when I'm in town, I have this, and I bought this off of Amazon. All this is really bought off of Amazon, more or less. I have this it's a 4-to-1. So this will plug into my battery bank I just showed you, and then I've got a USB micro. I've got the lightning, it's actually not lightning, but it's two of them for the iPhone, and what I'm gonna bring are my AirPods. That might be a thing I regret or change out. And then this also has a USB-C, so I can plug this in. I can plug in my phone, I can plug in my AirPods, I can plug in my night core lamp, my headlamp. I can also plug in my my Bivy Stick. So I can plug in all of those, and then I can plug this just directly into my battery bank and charge it all up, you know, towards the end of the night when I'm going to bed. The thing that I also have on here that I decided to purchase was, it's an attachment. This is for my Garmin watch here. So this is the other part of the electronics. I'm going to be recording my hike the entire way. So every day I will have the hiking mode on, and I will go ahead and I'll record that. It has all those cool little metrics, but this actually fits on top of the USB-C, so it'll charge my watch. So I can have all of that charging when I get to camp. And that's just really something I'm looking forward to utilizing, and not having all these separate cords. And that's one of the biggest reasons why I bought this, is because it's one thing, it's not a whole bunch, and you can lose those. I've definitely had those experiences out there on trail when you can't find a cord and you have to stop and make sure you don't break down camp entirely and go find that cord. So I don't want to do that. Now, the downside of this though is it's not lightning, so you don't have a lightning component to this. It charges about 1% per minute, roughly, for the iPhone and for the AirPods. So just know that. You know, it has drawbacks, right? Everything has some drawbacks. So this is nice, you can do everything at once. And also, when I get into town, I will have my Anker 45 watts. This is the Nano II. So this is the Nano II, and I bought, and it's a C, because I do plan on at some point upgrading a lot of the stuff. But I bought a C to A adapter, so you just plug it in, and then that's what I'm going to plug into the outlets when I do get to town to charge up. So with that, I'm going to talk a little bit about my AirPods. So these are the AirPods Pro, and they have the noise canceling. I'm not sure which generation these are. However, while this is nice and it is cordless, it does eat up some battery, and it does take battery to, you know, recharge it. So I'm debating right now. I don't really see much of a weight savings to go with the corded versus the cordless. The other thing I kind of, you know, I'm debating about is, for whatever reason, and it's my luck is what it is. When I drop this thing, I mean, and I've done it before, these things just, they go everywhere. I mean, and I have this ability to just like send them. I don't know why it does that. It's not like it just falls a little bit. It's like they pop out. So I am a little bit concerned about using these, and if I'm gonna lose one or both, and also, is it really gonna be worth it? So if we need, my wife can easily throw the corded ones in a box and send it to me, and I'll send these back, not a problem. We'll just really see how it goes, but I can't really see a weight savings benefit that would really outweigh, me taking the corded, and I don't like the cords. I've had numerous incidents where I have been hiking or I've been moving, and my trekking pole will actually snag on the cord, and that does not feel good. I don't like that. So I'm gonna go with the AirPods and just see how that works. And then last but not least, and I've already had videos about this, the Bivy Stick. So this is going to be my communication device, my personal beacon. It already is paired up with my iPhone. I've already used it before, worked out really well, and so it's gonna definitely get used. I'm gonna use the check-in feature every single night. I have my family, friends, my wife, everyone's on the pre-recorded message, well, up to 5, but those people can communicate to other people about my status. But you can also use this to text message on your phone. So it works really well for me. I realize that there are places that even this won't work. At least that's what I'm reading, is that there are going to be places that you won't have any cell phone reception, and you're not going to have satellite. It's not going to be possible. And I've already had the reviews on this, and I know that when I'm at or below tree line, or in the thick of it, like literally in the thick of it, this doesn't really work that well. This is, you gotta have a clearing. But I'm reading that there are places that, yeah, even your Garmin InReach and your Zolios and whatever, it's just not gonna happen. So I'm gonna work out an agreement with my wife, and others are saying, you know, maybe 3 days. If you don't hear from me in 3 days, then that's when you need to start worrying. And that's when you need to start, you know, calling around and asking around. Because I'm sure at some point I won't be able to send something. And I'm also really sure at some point I'm going to be too tired or I'm going to forget. And I don't want them with 1 day just to start freaking out because I forgot. I don't want that. So in any event, these are all the electronics. This is what I'm taking. And it's actually pretty decent in terms of weight. I've seen a lot of people bringing a lot of other stuff. And yes, it'd be great if I had a better camera, a lighter camera, and frankly, if I was a better photographer, you betcha I would be taking an actual good camera out on trail and taking pictures. But I just want to go pretty much as light as I can, as easy as I can. I know the iPhone, it works, so it's going to be what I use for video, pictures, and all that good junk. So in any event, folks, and I know I said that probably too many times, being repetitive with that one, so I'll watch that. These are my electronics. I hope you enjoyed some of this. Maybe gave you some ideas. Maybe you have some ideas for me. I know that I don't want to go too much lighter, but I really want this battery to work. So I'm just really concerned about having enough juice, and I really don't want to be out in the Sierras and run out of juice. That is probably my biggest concern. And I've been out in the Sierras before with the High Sierra Trail. I know, you know, kind of what that looks like and how remote it can be. So with that, I will go ahead and wrap up this electronics episode. Like I said, if you like what you saw and you want to give it a thumbs up, thank you so much. It lets me know that you're watching this and that you appreciate it. And if you have any comments, leave them down below. If there's anything that you believe I missed or left out, or if you want to know, I don't know, weights or something like that, what this all looks like, you know, let me know. Other than that, I'll see you in the next video, if there is a next video.